Well, hello, everyone. Today I have a special guest. Her name is Sally. I'm super excited for the show. I've been waiting all week to get her on here, and she's done so much for me that I wanted to bring this person forth for you guys to see who she is, what she and what she could do for you, and just maybe will help you. And I know I have people that are, want to be a guest, but their voice is the biggest thing that stops them from booking, getting on. So with great pleasure, I wanted to introduce you to Sally. Sally, take a second to say hello to our audience.
Tony, thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Of course, wonderful to have you, and welcome to the show. So the theme of the show, as you know, is the top 10 with Tony. And I start off with the number one question I always ask is, what's your one word open that you could use to describe how you're feeling right now?
Grateful. Grateful. That's how I try to feel every day. Being grateful for what I have and then turning my attention to what's next.
Excellent. Now, let us know how you got started in your business and what you're all about.
Yeah, for sure. So I started out as a speech and drama teacher. So that was when I was 16 in the front room of my parents' house. And I helped lots of kids go on stage and present and act and all of that. And then at university, I studied journalism and law, actually. And I worked as a TV and radio news reporter. And while I was there, I was helping a lot of other journalists with their voice just from my background in speech and drama. And then I went into the corporate world and I was a spokesperson for a big water and sewerage company, very glamorous. So water and sewerage, I was the glamour girl for the city sewerage network. There you go. And while I was there, I realized that there was a lot of people, as you mentioned at the start, a lot of very, very talented executives and CEOs who struggled in this area, not just the confidence with their voice, but knowing how to speak and how to present in different scenarios. And so I thought, well, I'm going to combine all of my background and start a business. And about 2.5 years ago, that's what I did.
That's really wonderful. I was just talking to a guest that's scheduled to come on later this week, and he was telling me that he almost threw up when he had to make a pitch to investors. He was trying to raise another round of 12 million. And he was like, I don't know about my voice, my inner voice, all that good stuff. So, I want our listeners to know, pay close attention to Sally, and you'll see what I'm holding up in my hand here. If you stay till the end, you'll see what this all means and what it could do for you. And I can't wait for you to see this. So for those of you that are not watching the video, it's, how would you describe this, Sally?
A big pair of shiny red lips.
Yes. And if you stay to the end, you'll know what that means. Perfect. All right. So let's go into recent wins. Talk to me about a recent win that you had and you learned from it so our audience can learn as well.
For sure. So just last night, I ticked over 250,000 followers on TikTok. And
Nice.
Sure, it is a vanity metric, but I think back, I've made, hundreds and hundreds of videos, and TikTok's given me an opportunity to reach so many people. And so I really think that's a great milestone. It's really changed my year.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that with us. Now let's talk about that. So what's a recent failure that you've had and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, I don't really like the word failure. I like to think of it as a learning. And whenever things go bad, I think, oh, well, I've got to have material when I'm up on stage talking about my business journey. If everything goes well, then it's not going to be a good story. Maybe that's the journalist in me coming out, wanting something to go wrong. And also, a lot of the time when things do go wrong, I don't see it that way. I more just see, oh, that's what happened. What would be the main thing is when I first started my business, I put together this really beautiful online program. It's still there if you're interested. It's videos and booklets, and I spent a lot of time on it, and nobody bought it. So I think there was a bit of a failure in the marketing there, perhaps. But yeah, it really taught me to re-look at what people are wanting. And that's when I launched my 6-week voice makeover, which is not an evergreen course. It's time dependent and includes live training, and that's selling very well. So it was a failure that led to a great outcome.
That's something we all learn from, right? Failures or, things that don't work, essentially, to learn from. And here it is now. So that's really great. Let's go into business expenses. So what is your biggest business expense as of today?
It's my software. It's the software. So I use Kajabi and I use Crowdcast for webinars. And I'm sure anybody with an online business can relate to all of these. But once you add up all the different software that you need, that's the biggest expense for sure.
Absolutely. And what's your favorite online business tool right now?
I thought about this, Tony. I'd have to say Canva.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason I say Canva is because it's very easy to use and it's probably something that I use the most almost every single day. And having the ability, look, I'm not that great at graphic design, like please keep that in mind. But being able to put things together for the podcast or for my newsletter or for Instagram has been really, really handy.
It's really great that you said that. I had another guest on, his name is Neil, and he's got a podcast called The Law Entrepreneur. And he said the same thing. His favorite tool is Canva. So that's really cool. That's really cool. All right. So let's go on to the next thing. So as we're hitting our stride, what is your best source of acquiring new high value clients, Sally?
Word of mouth. I guess that would be the most common one. Word of mouth is the big one. With those referrals, people just come and sign up straight away. It's, hello, yes, I want to work with you. When can we start? And I'm saying, oh, well, I'm actually booked out for the next couple of weeks. They're like, no, I want to start now. So you get your, I guess they call them the hottest leads, which is kind of funny. But as far as the top of funnel sort of stuff goes, it's definitely TikTok.
Beautiful. And do you find that, so the levels that you have private coaching, one-on-one coaching, you have group coaching. You tell us what those different products are.
So the business model has changed a little bit over the time, but what I have now, I'm really happy with. We've got the membership, Tony, which you're part of, which is fantastic. And so that's an online subscription-based membership where there's lots of resources and classes and events ongoing. Then I have my 6-week voice makeover, which is a 6-week online course, which I'm planning to launch 2 or 3 times next year, depending how much of my sanity I lose in the first launch and how I feel. So that's the online course. And then it's one-on-one coaching.
Excellent. Very good. So let me just do a reverse question. So if you were me, what's a question that I should ask you that I'm not asking you right now?
I would ask myself, what is the thing that has moved the needle most in my business? And the answer to that is mindset work. It's been journaling, it's been meditating, it's been really taking time for self-care, like getting over that mindset that you have to be super, super productive all the time to be successful. It's been saying, no, it's just as important that I have my time at the gym and my time at the day spa or whatever it is. I don't get to the day spa as much as I'd like to, Tony. That's fortunately. But really changing that mindset and not thinking about work and life balance, but thinking about it all as just one lived experience has been the best thing for me, for sure.
Understood. That's really wonderful. Now, tell our listeners what this is, and also what I have to describe it for the people that are not watching this on video. And tell our listeners how they can get a hold of you, and what's your website, and more information, your handles, whichever one that you want them to reach out to you with.
Absolutely. So the first thing is these little squidgy red lips are what you get when you join my membership community. It's part of my merchandise. And because I normally have bright red lipstick. Today, it's No Makeup Friday. So you've got Sally au naturel, but normally I love wearing a strong red lip. And the reason I have these is because one of the best ways to get rid of tension, if you're feeling nervous or feeling even excited, you've got a lot of energy going through your body, we really want to be able to create calm in the chaos before we're presenting. And just having a stress ball, that's essentially what it is. It's a stress ball that you can squeeze and get that energy out. It will enable you to settle. And when you're settled, you can breathe. And when you breathe, you can speak like a dream.
That's wonderful. I'm doing that right now. When you said that, look, I'm sitting back. My shoulders are back. I'm squeezing this.
Yeah, love it. And it's a bit of fun. Like if you see my socials, so my socials is at Sally Prosser Voice, and that's on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Also look me up on LinkedIn. I do a lot on LinkedIn, and my website is sallyprosser.com.au. Don't forget the AU. Somebody has sallyprosser.com. I'm not sure who it is. But you'll know when you find me that my brand is a little bit different, a little bit quirky. And so hence the red lips. And on TikTok, because I could only order 1,000 at one time, I have a video where I'm swimming in a big bed of red lips.
We'll have to put that in the show notes so people can watch it. I'll put your LinkedIn, and we'll put that video. I know exactly what video you're talking about. That's a really cool video.
It's very funny.
Yeah, that's really cool. It really sticks out. Well, sadly, we're coming to an end. All good things have to come to an end sometimes, right? So let's come to the one word close. What is the one word close that you could wrap this up with for us?
Possibility. Might have stolen that one from Biden. I heard it in his speech. But I love the word possibility, because that's what it's all about. It's what you have done and what you have achieved, and then what you could do, which is anything. So every day I wake up saying I'm grateful and what's possible for today.
That is really wonderful. And also possibility, that's a really powerful statement, and one word to finish, you know? So there you have it, people. I was so glad to have her on the show. You guys, I think you're going to get a lot of value out of this if you follow her and learn more from her. I think there's some good gems you gave us. And now we know who you are, if you didn't know already, and what you're all about and what you're going to be up to. So I'm really grateful for your time, and thank you for coming on the show. I can't wait to invite you again to see what else you're up to in the near future.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, Tony.
Thank you. Bye.